No Rest for the Weekend's coverage of the Tribeca Film Festival is sponsored by Black Magic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. blackmagicdesign.com, and by the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. tonkawafilmfestival.com.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's Eric McClanahan from No Rest for the Weekend. I am here with the cast of Paradise Records. I've got Tramayne Hudson, Reed Northrup, and Mary Kelly. Thank you all so much for being here. I watched the movie last night. Hilarious. I guffawed 3 times. I'm not a big guffawer, so it was really nice to have a good guffaw. So I'm going to start with Tremaine because I watched the whole film, and in the end, Logic does his special thanks, and he thanks you specifically, and he says you guys are going to have a lucrative, wonderful future together. So I want to know what your relationship was prior to the film and what your plans are moving forward.
Well, Bob's my best friend. I've known him for over 15 years. We started on the music tip, did the fashion thing. I was a stylist for a long time, keeping him fresh, getting the kicks on him and stuff, and just kind of bringing some energy to the table, to the team. And he eventually signed me to his record label. And we went on tour, and we tried to take over the world. And the movie thing happened, and we got the script. And he was like, "T-Man, I don't want nobody else to play this but you." And he literally wrote me inside the script what we doing every day, every single day of our lives. So, it was real special.
Reed, you play Tables, and you are the character that introduces us to the knowledge that this is in the continuity of the 4:30 movie with your Astro Blaster and the Beaverman lunchbox. Um, Tell me about working with Kevin again and sort of like finding a new entry into this fascinating world.
Some people, I'm sure, would love to work with Kevin just once in their life, and I got to do it twice in one year. Not to brag, but it was pretty crazy and really just unexpected. And Kevin's role in this movie was obviously different because Bobby was the director, but he sort of would show up to set, and he's kind of like T-Man. He's like like a little white hype guy. Like he's like so good at like bringing up the energy, and so him and Bobby together just, I think, really set the tone for like a collaborative and fun set. So getting to work with him again was great. And of course, I love a little nod to my first movie with Kevin, the 4:30 movie, which was also so fun. So it was nice to get to pay homage to that one as well.
Now, Mary, getting ready for this interview, I did some research on you. I started following you on Instagram because your impressions are just so fantastic, and I wonder why none of them ended up in the movie. Like Bobby's clowning the whole time, doing all sorts of silly voices. Did you bring up the opportunity to maybe do something there?
I didn't. It was interesting. He reached out to me on Instagram. Like that's how I got involved in the movie in the first place. And right, I figured, oh, he's going to have me do kind of the thing that I do online. But he was really insistent that he wanted me to be sort of like a straight man for kind of all the chaos that goes on in the movie. So, which I really appreciated. I was like, he sees me as an actor, like, and really wanted me to do kind of an impression of myself, really, at the end of the day. But off camera, there was a lot of like silly voices and voices, impressions and accents and stuff that were going on. But yeah, it was funny. He really wanted was very specific. He was very specific about, he was like, no, I really want you to sort of be like kind of a grounding presence for this. So, which was a nice change of pace for me. So I appreciated it.
Well, we certainly did need some grounding because again, the film is out there. It's wild. It's very irreverent. There's a little heaviness, but there's never any moment where it feels too heavy. So, Tremaine, since you've been on this trip from the beginning, can you give the people who don't know what Paradise Records is your log line for the film?
For sure, man. It's about a guy who owns a record shop during the pandemic, who's facing some financial troubles with his cousin that works in the shop with him, and a couple other cool cats in the shop, and all hell breaks loose, man, when he can't pay the bills. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Now, Reed, as Tables, you're again just like the 4:30 movie, and we talked about this when we talked that you are the balance of a three-pronged trident. It seems like you did that character again. Is that something that you see in your personal life, or is that just acting? You're like, no, I'm a complete fuck up.
Yeah, I'm like in my personal life, I am the agent of chaos. No, I do think that well, Bobby saw me in 430 movie and had this role already written and hit me up and was like, I saw what you could do here. Would you be interested in doing a version of that for me? And this character was a little different. He's I think a little bit more aware. Like Belly in the 430 movie, I think is really aloof and sort of he's out there, though he is a voice of reason too. Whereas Tables, I think, is a little bit more intuitive and does sort of play a nice counterbalance to Cooper's irreverence and T-Man's like chaos.
I would agree with that. Now, Mary, are you upset that Melanie didn't get a cute name? She's not T-Man, she's not Table, she's just Melanie.
I like
You
Melanie.
know, Melanie's very similar to me, so I was sort of like Melanie, Mary, it feels similar. But yeah, I mean, I I love a nickname, and what's fun is that, despite being Melanie in this movie, I was called all kinds of different things off camera, especially by T-Man. Though I guess mostly just Mary Kelly. Um, but yeah, I mean, there there really was such like we had a real like friendship outside of you know the actual filming, so I got plenty of little nicknames here and there, but it would have been fun. Sure, at least a Mel.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that friendship that developed and what did it feel like on the carpet last night, all of you together, for the Paradise Records premiere. And we'll go down the line in the order we've been. T-Man, what was it like?
Man, it was amazing, man. It was a dream come true, man. I didn't really know what to expect. It's my first red carpet ever. But it was just a bunch of love, man. We were mobbing outside like it was a rap concert, bro. I don't think Tribeca's ever seen anything like this. We throwing out boxes of t-shirts. We got free hats. The fans are lining up. It was wild. We had all the celebrity homies there. P-Rod, Paul Rodriguez pulled up, and I think Joey Badass was there, and it was very very dope, man. It was a lot of love on the carpet. We had a great time. I was sweating my ass off, so I was trying to keep my composure and keep the fly shit going. But I was feeling like Django out there. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great time, man. It was a blast, man. What you think, Reed? We had fun or what?
Oh, I would say we had a lot of fun. I was also sweating my ass off. Should have never worn that cashmere tank top like a damn fool. Um, I know, listen, but I was still dripping in sweat. Yeah, we had such a good time, and a lot of the crew was able to come in from Portland, which was awesome. Like we had our hair and makeup folks, some of our wardrobe folks, like people who really were hands-on with this movie, got to come out and party with us and watch what we all made. And having them there just made it all the more special, which brings me to the saddest part of my thorn of my evening, which was that my dear friend Mary Kelly could not be there.
I
I
did shed a tear on that, Mary. I did shed a
I
tear.
I had a baby a week ago, so I am in LA with my baby.
With my baby.
So
All
yeah,
right, well,
but
Where the baby?
you're definitely forgiven.
yeah, thank you. I was very sad not to be there, but I'm sure it was so much fun. Next time.
Watching the movie, I was paying attention to a lot of the set design, and a lot of things that are placed into the film have a lot of intention. But one that I couldn't place was the Whisked Away poster, which I saw in like 6 shots around the shop. Does anyone know what that is? Because it was bothering me all night.
It's a super Easter egg, man. Bob is such a 20 steps ahead of everybody person that there's so many little Easter eggs throughout the shop that only he could literally explain. I don't even know what the hell's going on half the time with a lot of that stuff. But I think it's an homage to another film called Something Else Away. And he switched it to Twist Away.
I thought that might be the case because
Yeah, I
some of
think
the
because we
imagery.
couldn't clear it or something on the
Right,
original
right.
joint. So then he tried to flip it so we could still have some type of aspect of that in the film.
He's a
I
Miyazaki fan, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of people were reading this book in the film as well.
Oh yeah.
Supermarket. I saw that pop up 3 or 4 times. His book. I'm actually reading it this month for a book club. So, nod out to Bobby. I think we have time for a closing question. So again, I'm going to go with the same rotation and just ask, what when I heard about Paradise Records, my first thought was this could be this generation's Empire Records. And I'm of a generation that Empire Records was my Empire Records. What do you hope viewers get from this film, and if it does follow the formula of Clerks as it very much does, and there's a sequel, are you on board? Tremaine?
Man, first of all, hell yeah, we on board for anything we do in Paradise. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it was an amazing experience. I hope the fans love this film. I hope they show their homies. I hope they stay up late nights and binge watch it. I hope it's on Netflix and you can just watch it whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing, man. And I'm down for whatever, man. I'm trying to do 100 movies. So let's go.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, I think you're right. I thought a lot about Empire Records. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. Thought a lot about Clerks. And I think it does have all the bones there to be that for this generation of people who just want something to laugh with and who need a good laugh. And like a little chaos and a little mess. Yeah, and I would for sure. I mean, he would have to say is you down. He wouldn't even have to say for what, and I think I would know what it was, and I would say yes. We just had so much fun together, and I really love these two, and I love Logic, and I love so many of the other people who came out to make that movie happen. That getting to do it again would be such a dream come true.
Agreed with everybody. Yeah. I mean, it was the vibe on set was just amazing, and Bobby just sets like such an incredible kind of energy for everybody. And so movie or not, whatever he wants us to do next, whatever project he's, cooking up, we're all in. So yeah. Plus, he really got together like I think the nicest cast and crew that I've ever worked with in my life. Like the people that he brings together are amazing. So, if that's any indication of what another project with him would be like, then 100%.
Yeah. Well, and he got his dad and his wife and his son on set. So, Mary, you could bring your kid to the
Exactly.
sequel.
It's a family affair.
There we go. I think we got a
Yeah.
hit in the books. Thank you all so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. And I love the film. I can't wait to share it with other people and tell them all about it, tell them all about you. I hope to talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
again.
much, man. Appreciate
Ciao,
it.
man. Thank you.
This is the BTRP Media Network.